Hi there, welcome back to Planning Kit by Planning School, where we help you learn how to do effective strategic planning even amidst all the uncertainty. Liz Moore here. So, should you learn how to do strategic planning or just hire a facilitator or a consultant? What's best for you and your team? I was an on-site strategic planning consultant and facilitator for a decade, working with teams around the country, government agencies, businesses, and even nonprofits. Today, I'm going to share with you a case for learning the skills for yourself and when it might be a better idea just to hire someone to do it for you. Let's start with a case for learning. So, hiring a facilitator or a consultant to take your team through a strategic planning process typically costs between $25,000 and $50,000. No joke. And much more in some cases. I've personally been on a project that was $150,000 for a strategic plan. And at the same time, for nonprofits or small businesses, you might be able to find sort of a bargain nonprofit price or less expensive price out there. But for the average organization, we're talking $25,000 to $50,000. And no one learns a skill set. While you may have a strategic plan in the end for that price, the participants are only led through the process, not taught how to do it in an easy, reliable, and repeatable way. Strategic planning is a skill set, like any other professional skill set. But unfortunately, it's been made out to be something that's hard to do and requires a professional, which means that most people do not know how to do effective strategic planning. This perception is especially detrimental in the 21st century, when the speed of change and levels of uncertainty require that leaders and managers be skilled at adapting while also planning for the future. You cannot only think, act, and plan strategically when you can afford to hire a professional. Our students want control. They don't want to rely on outside facilitators to help them create a vision for their future or expensive consultants to help them make it happen. They want to self-facilitate. They want to lead the process. They want the skills and the know-how to think strategically and make adaptable plans over and over again. They want strategic planning to be easy, reliable, and productive so that they can get back to their day jobs without depending on outside support. Our students want to be process guides, leaders, facilitators, while also building a plan that helps them create the future that they want. We teach people how to plan strategically for the future so that leaders can reach future goals while also adapting to those unforeseen circumstances. Our students become process leaders and facilitators, and they take that skill set with them beyond the strategic plan that they create while taking our program. For less than the cost of hiring a facilitator, with our program, 3 people from your team can become certified strategic planning facilitators, and you have a strategic plan too. Compare that to a facilitated alternative, and we believe this is an exceptional value that benefits your organization long beyond the length of the plan. But when should you hire a facilitator or a consultant? There are times when it's actually more appropriate to hire someone to do it for you than learn how to do it for yourselves. One time is when outside expertise is required. So outside expertise is needed beyond just strategic planning expertise. And it's part of what your facilitator or consultant can bring to the table. Typically, people working within an organization are the experts, but there may be circumstances when there's critical expertise that's missing internally that a consultant can bring to the planning table. This is more likely if a strategic priority has already been identified before beginning the strategic planning process or before completing any organizational assessment. For example, if the organization is planning to expand into new markets and it's doing it for the very first time, they may want to hire a consultant who can lead them through strategic planning while also giving them some direction for market expansion. Just a caution here, just be careful about who you deem to be an expert on your organization, your team, or your organization's future. In our experience, you probably know what's best for you more than any outsider could. Another reason you may hire a consultant is you've got extra cash. Legitimately, organizations sometimes have use or lose money that they have to spend within a specific period. In that case, you can roll out the red carpet, so to speak, on any strategic planning process. Of course, the obvious downside is that you aren't learning the process that you can repeat later. Another reason is that maybe you just don't want to deal with the learning process or self-facilitating. This can be true for some people, and that's perfectly okay. Another reason is that you aren't really needing strategic planning or strategic adaptation regularly. In the 21st century, strategic plans are usually a 3 to 5 year plan that are used for affecting change. Some organizations don't need that though. They're just okay coasting, or maybe what they want is to coast. They don't need a plan for change on any regular basis. Or maybe they aren't impacted by uncertainty and unpredictable change like the rest of us. They may want to do one strategic planning process, execute that plan, and then remain as is for the next 10 years. If you know you aren't going to be needing strategic planning in regular intervals, or you don't need to be skilled at adapting existing strategic plans to changing circumstances, well, you probably don't need to learn how to do it. And there are a couple of false reasons to hire a facilitator. These are reasons that people think it's better to hire a facilitator or consultant, but it may not actually be the best choice. Two come to mind for me. First, people think that it's quicker to hire a consultant. I will tell you this, if it is significantly quicker to use a facilitator or consultant, you're most likely not getting a full strategic planning process. Remember, there are 4 phases in planning, and the retreat is usually just phase 3. But if you want a plan that has stakeholder buy-in, has the right vision, goals, and strategies, and a plan that is a tool to help you adapt to unforeseen things coming your way, you need to do the whole planning process. If you aren't sure what those phases are, you can watch our video called Always Do This in Strategic Planning. Rushing the process means you miss opportunities for ideation, reflection, inquiry, and iteration. The things that help you have the right plan for your team at this point in time. Another false reason to hire a facilitator is if you believe your team can't self-facilitate. If you have a dysfunctional team, especially your leadership team or management team, you actually shouldn't be doing strategic planning until you've made headway with team dynamics. Period. A lot of leaders want to get a facilitator to lead their teams who have high levels of conflict and distrust through a planning process. But here's the thing, a strategic plan will not fix the dysfunction, but a dysfunctional team will implode your strategic plan. So fix your team first. And something that's kind of cool about learning the process is we've seen over and over and over again where sort of this average functioning team who was not in a high state of conflict learn how to facilitate strategic planning, and in the process became an excellent team that was able to have hard conversations, have conflicting priorities, and still come together to make decisions that were for the benefit of the organization as a whole and deepen trust and respect within the team. In summary, learning how to do strategic planning with a few exceptions is usually a better value for your money. If you want to understand when to do strategic planning, check out our video called When Should You Do Strategic Planning? Have questions? Throw them in the comments. Let me know if you like this video and if you'd like to see a video about something else strategic planning or change making related. And share this with someone else who needs to know this stuff. If you hit subscribe, you'll get all of our planning kit videos. All right, see you next time.